I'm going to be showing you guys a trade I just took pre-market London and why I took it and the thought process behind this trade and all my confluences. So this goes out to my Discord just so you guys can watch and see what I was thinking during this trade to kind of get a better understanding. But anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to go into replay mode and we're just going to go over here. So coming into this trade, what I wanted to see, well, was my internal manipulation. So if I mark out my standard deviation from this high to this low, what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for a reaccumulation. So -2 standard deviation, I'm waiting for us to reaccumulate before heading lower. And the idea here is get a better fill and then get the push lower to max expansion standard deviation. So what I'm doing here is I'm waiting. We're going to push higher. Boom. We touch -2.5 or -2.25. We push higher. Now at this point, I'm looking at all time frames. 10-minute. What do we have here? We have this 10-minute IO Fed, institutional order flow entry drill. So I'm going to mark out this 10-minute IO Fed. So what this is we're basically rebalancing this fair value gap without touching equilibrium. If we go to the 15-minute here, we're also delivering from this 15-minute gap. So we're just rebalancing these gaps. On the 1-minute, we end up actually, I believe, closing above consequent encroachment of this gap. Yeah. So from here, we close above consequent encroachment of this gap. So this IO Fed is no longer valid. But I did like to see us rebalance this gap. And so we're kind of rebalancing this inefficiency before continuation lower. So from here, we have this high. So we have this intermediate high is swept within this gap. This makes this high protected. So I would have entered at that candle right there. Boom. 700. So boom, we enter right there. Now, what I am looking for as for targets is max expansion, but we also have low resistance liquidity here. So I'm marking this out. This is going to be my ultimate target. So my TP1, if I was partialing out my position here, would be TP1, the end of this low resistance liquidity, and then max expansion of standard deviation. But yeah, from here, we actually end up inversing, not inversing this 3-minute actually, this first time, and then boom, we get that massive dump. So this acts as our breakaway gap right here. I don't want to see price rebalance here, and then we just get this beautiful dump. So that's my thought process. And then we do have equal highs left, and then we tap -4.25 perfectly of standard deviation. So that was the trade for today, guys. My stop was above this high, or I'm sorry, above this gap, because ideally this is our protected high. We do not want to come back and revisit this zone pretty much. And so if I lay my Gann box, not OTE, but my quadrants here, you can see this first quadrant of this gap is not visited. So once we do end up sweeping our opposing liquidity, being this form of sell side, price is going to want to come back urgently to rebalance this first quadrant of this gap, which you can see we end up doing pretty precisely. So yeah, that is my analysis for today. So confluences for the trade were standard deviation, low resistance liquidity, narrative, and then time and price. So pretty good scalp today. and hope you guys learned something. Thank you for watching.